Hey everybody, what's up? I'm gonna talk to you, this video is about getting the best possible sound quality out of your vinyl records. So the record that I'm going to be cleaning today, and you can see by the title below that this video is about cleaning your vinyl records. This is a method that I've been doing for like years. I have never damaged a record, by the way. I just want to make that known because it's sort of controversial, and there's many videos online displaying and showing that you can, clean your vinyl records by washing them in soap and water. And some people are for it and some people are against it. I personally am for it. I think it's a absolutely fantastic way to clean your vinyl records. And also, once you dunk your records into water, that automatically, just the water on the vinyl material destaticalizes. Is that a word? Destaticalizes. Okay, we'll have to look that up. Well, if it's not a word, it is now. So anyway, the record I'm going to be cleaning today is Bob Seger, Against the Wind. Um, yeah, I actually don't have many records that need to be cleaned because I don't have dirty records. I don't have dirty records. I don't play dirty records on my turntable or on my stylus. So here's the record. It's on the Capitol. Is it Capitol? Oh my, wow. Anyway, this is the record. It's the Against the Wind album. It might be hard to see. It's actually not that bad. It's actually, I played this record and it sounds okay, but I've used this one because this is actually not one that I have cleaned professionally, that I call professionally. So there's the record anyway. So just bear with me. Hold on. I'm going to move the camera and we're going to go to the sink, your kitchen sink, which is where all of this is going to happen. By the way, you can also clean not only these not only these LPs, but you can also clean your 45s, right? You can clean your 45s exactly like this in this method that I'm going to show you. So I just thought I'd pull out a 45 here just so you can see, whatever. Yeah, so that being said, let's go to the sink, which is right behind me. Whoa. Yeah, right behind me. And I'm going to show you what I do personally because I've had people come to my house and I'm playing records and they're saying to me, no, there's no way. There's no way that's a record. There's no way that's coming from vinyl. It sounds amazing, right? And the thing to remember is that the record can look beautiful. It can look beautiful. It can have no scratches. It can have no fingerprints. But then when you play it, once you drop that needle down on the record, all of a sudden it sounds horrible. And you've got, it's almost like, it sounds like it's being played on sandpaper and there's snaps and crackles and pops and all kinds of horrible noise and distortion. And I'm going to show you how to eliminate all of that to get the absolute best sound quality out of your vinyl records. So here we go. So just bear with me. I'm going to move the camera. We're going to get up here. So I'm going to be out of your line of vision. Well, this part won't be, but anyway. So I'm at the kitchen sink here. So where is it? Oh my, here. So you want to get, first thing right here, first thing you want to get is a face cloth, and I'm getting a lot of glare. So I'm going to turn out that light. First thing you want to get is a face cloth. Just an ordinary washcloth. I use these when I'm in the shower to wash my body and to clean my vinyl records, right? So you want to get one of these, right? Okay, so let's go to the sink and I'll turn on The light, maybe should I turn it on? Maybe should I leave it off? I'm just gonna leave it off, okay? I'm just gonna leave it off. So when you now you want to get this here nice and wet. You want to get it wet and then you want to soak it with dish soap. I just use regular Palmolive dish soap. You can use any kind of dish soap you want. It can be Sunlight, Dawn, Walmart, Great Value brand, whatever. It really doesn't matter. Okay, so I'm going to go through the process with you really quick and I'm going to show you. So you want to use water. The water that you want to use has to be just lukewarm. It shouldn't be hot. It shouldn't be cold. Just lukewarm, okay? So yeah, we'll do that and make sure that the sink that you're using, in this case, I'm using my kitchen sink. Most people will. Make sure that the sink is here. I'll bring the camera. I know, it's sort of a mission. Make sure that your sink is properly cleaned. Make sure it's cleaned out. Yeah, so make sure your sink is clean first. All right. So we're going to do this. And then next thing I'm going to do, which I'm going to do now, is I'm going to run the water and I'm going to wet this face cloth. And I'm going to make sure the water is just lukewarm. And then I'm going to I'm going to show you. All right. So here we go. Hang in there. So I'm going to make sure the water is not hot, not cold. All right. So right now it's actually just about right. Take the face cloth, get it nice and wet, right? Now the water is getting kind of hot. And squeeze it, rinse it out, because it goes through the laundry and sometimes, there's still some detergent or soap or whatever that's left within the face cloth. So just rinse it out a couple of times. Now, it's nice and wet. So I'm going to fold it because I'm cleaning the all-peas. I'm going to fold it over like that. Now you take your dish soap. Oh, first, I better put the plug inside the sink. So now the sink is filling up with water, okay? You don't need a lot of water, just, maybe like a little bit of water, like this. Take your dish soap, put some in, that's it. Now, you take your cloth, like this, and put some dish soap on the cloth. Now remember, you folded the cloth a couple of times. So get that in there, get that soap in there. Put some more soap on the other side. Get that soap in there, right? So now you've got your cloth folded, it's really wet, and you've got soap on both sides, okay? Meanwhile, your sink is filling up, and it's filling up. And that's enough. That's enough water. I'm actually going to turn on the light. I can see better, I hope. I don't know. Anyway. Wow. I look huge in this video. I don't like that. I don't think I like that. Anyway, so yeah. So now I'm going to get my record and oh, look what we have here. We have Trooper sitting on the table. He's sitting on my record. Yeah. Trooper, go on. Yeah, I know. He knows he's not supposed to be on the table. So here's the record, okay? So now we're going to take the record out of the jacket, put that down there, and hope your cat doesn't like sit on it or something crazy. So now I'm actually going to take this record, right? Come with me over here. Whoa, if I can do this. and I'm going to dunk the record into the water. All right. And I just want to say, I have never damaged a record doing this. I've never damaged a record, never damaged a label. Okay. So I just want to say that I've, I personally never damaged any records. There might be some controversy over that. People will comment in the comment section below. My 5 YouTube subscribers, that is. Anyway, so I'm going to dunk the record into the water. I'm going to change the camera position now, and I'm going to put it over here so you guys get a better view of what I'm doing, okay? So, here we go. So, there's the record. I'm going to dunk it into the water a couple of times. Dunk the record into the water. Flip it over. And just dunk it in and out, in and out. Now, as soon as that vinyl hits the water, it's automatically the static charge, and a lot of the snap, crackle, and pops that you hear is just simply static charge. Now you've got your rag, right? Put it over so it covers both sides of the record, right? And just hold the record and go around like that. You don't have to put a lot of pressure, no matter how dirty the record is. This one's actually not that bad. Okay, so go around just like that. I'm going to try and do it to the camera so that you can see. Now the record is all wet and it's all soapy, and that's okay. Right now what I do is I set the record down just for a more deep clean, for a more thorough clean. Fold the rag. The record is lying flat in the center of the sink, like on the thing here. Then I do this, right? I go around, and remember, you got to go in a circular motion. Go around like that. Take the rag, go around the other side, just like that, right? And all of that dirt and grime and whatever stuff, especially if you get your records at a thrift store like, Value Village or Goodwill or Salvation Army, all these records tend to be very dirty. And like I said, the record might be in really good condition, but if it's dirty, it's going to sound like crap. It's going to sound horrible. So flip the record over, just like you saw me do a couple of seconds ago. Flip it over like that. Go from side to side. And, get that nice and clean. So now the record's all soapy like this, right? If you can see it, it's all soapy. So turn on your water. Again, make sure it's not too cold. Make sure it's not too hot. It has to be good. Otherwise, it'll end up doing damage and warping the record. And you don't want that, right? So now rinse it under the water. Just like that. Rinse it. The water's getting hot, so I gotta adjust it. That's how it is here. I don't know, yeah. Like it's cold 1 minute and then it gets hot. So, and then just rinse it under the water like that. Just do this. Alright? Oh, excuse me. Make sure the record's nice and rinsed. You want to get all that soap off of there. You don't want any soap residue. Right? Okay. So, the record is all wet. Look, it's dripping wet. So, now I'm going to place it into the dish rack, and I'm just going to stand it up. Just like that, as if it was, a dish or whatever, and just stand it up and make sure it stands there. I'm gonna dry my hands on the towel, right? So, what's next? All right, so, gonna move the camera again. Hello. So I just washed the record. You saw how I did it, and this is what I do. I do this every single record I buy. This is what I do. Okay, so and now you just stand the record in your dish rack like that. So now we need to dry the record. Normally, when I clean records, if I buy them in bulk at like a thrift store or something, um, this is what I do. So now we're going to dry them. Now, to dry the records, hold on. Not only, I'm going to pull up a chair here. So when you're drying the records, you can't just dry them with, paper towel or something, because that's going to scratch the vinyl. It's going to damage the vinyl. So what I use is this right here. There's a glare from the light behind me. So what this is this is actually an automotive towel. It's more like a chamois. It's 80% polyester and 20% polyamide. So yeah, this is actually, I mean, you can find this at your local Canadian Tire. Canadian Tire, you can find it at Part Source. You can find this at Napa. But either way, you're gonna be looking in the automotive section for this towel. And this actually really absorbs the water. And not only that, but because this is typically used for waxing your car, it's also going to bring it to a shine, and it's going to create a beautiful streak-free shine. So this is what I use on my records, my vinyl records. On my LPs, like the one that you just saw me clean, same thing. If you're cleaning your 45s, this is what you're going to use to dry it, okay? So now we're going to go back. I'm going to move the camera again, and I'm going to show you what I do when I'm drying the records once they've been sitting in the stand there. Once they've been sitting in the stand, I'm going to show you what I do to dry them, okay? So, I'm going to sit this down here, right? So there's the record in the stand. Now get if you're drying LPs, you're going to need a good chunk of towel because it's a big record, right? It's 33 1/3 record. So get your drying towel, take the record out of the stand, hold it just like that. I'm actually going to turn off the light behind me because of the glare, right? So you've got the record inside the towel. Grip it on both sides, and you're going to go, as always, in a circular motion. So just do this. And you don't have to use a lot of pressure. You don't have to, just gently. Be gentle, because remember, these are grooves. These are grooves on these records. So once you've got around a couple of times, right, with the chamois rag, you're uh, what's it called? Destatikating the record, and you're also shining it, and this rag will also lift fine dust particles, right? Now you look at the record now and it's like, oh, it still needs to be dried. So fold it up a little bit and then you polish it. It's almost like you're polishing. Hold the record and do like this. Go around the record a few times, right? And this is what's going to make the record shine. And it's going to shine, and you're going to hear a difference in the sound quality. When you play this record back before and after, you're going to hear a really big difference in the sound quality. So there's that side. So when I'm doing that, I use my middle finger and I put it in the middle, right? That was the one side. Now we're going to flip it over. We're going to do the same thing on the other side, right? So we're going to go around. Going to go around and around and around. and just do this, like this. Nice and gently, softly. You don't have to use a lot of pressure. You don't have to use a lot of force. You know, just do that, right? Just like that. And remember, when you are, and look at that shine. You can probably see, like I can see my reflection of the reflection in like in the camera lens. And I'm sorry, but my camera on this laptop is not that good at all. But look at the shine. Like, I mean, it looks like brand new, really. Switch it over to both sides. This record, like I said, this record was not in bad condition to begin with, right? So, yeah, that's it. And I mean, the label is a little bit wet. So what I do after I do all of this is I do this. Ooh, oh, I just scratched it a little bit. Anyway, I do this, and it, sort of dries the label a little bit, and then I'll stand it up, here. Yeah, I'll just stand it up for a little while, up against something for about, I don't know, whatever how long it takes for the label to dry. Sometimes it depends on the label, depends on what it's made out of. Some labels are cheaper than others, and it takes longer for the label to dry. Sometimes I just leave them out for like an hour and the label is completely dry. And I mean, the record's already dry, but whatever. Now, when you put your records back into their sleeve, I'm really upset right now because I actually really scratched this record by accident. Yeah, that's upsetting. It looks horrible. It probably won't really affect the sound quality, but yeah, when I was doing that, I scratched it. Um, wow. Yeah, upsetting. And it happened live on the internet. Anyway, I'm more angry at myself for being careless. So anyway, that's all done. So you're done. That's what you need to do. And you'll notice that when you do this method of cleaning with the records, you will automatically immediately notice a drastic difference in the sound quality. Okay? So like I said, once you've dried the record with this chamois thing, and don't scratch your records like I just did, but hey, shit happens. When you put your records back into their sleeves, when they are, completely dried, you don't want to put them back into their horrible, um, these cheap paper sleeves that and even modern records, if you buy records today, they tend to put them in these horrible, atrocious paper sleeves. You don't want to use that. You want to use, like you've got your record nice and clean. So now you want to put it in a really good inner sleeve, something that's going to maintain the record and potentially maintain the value of the record. And this is what I recommend right down here. Hold on. Okay, so I'm going to go back out here. We're going to go back out to the kitchen. Okay, so your records are clean. Now you want to put them back into their sleeves. So this is what I recommend. Here it is. Archival quality inner sleeves by Vinyl Style. Oh, there's my cat. All right. Yeah, so these are the sleeves, the inner sleeves. Once the record is dried and the label is dried, you're going to put your record into one of these sleeves. And these are high quality archival sleeves that you put your LP records into, okay? And this material will actually de-static, if there's such a word, will actually de-static the vinyl itself, right? And it will also, and it's thicker. It's hard to see on the camera. I know. Yeah, it's thicker on the one side, right? It's thicker on the one side, and on the other side, it's kind of like a thin rice paper kind of material. Anyway, it's vinyl style. There it is there. Vinyl style. Yeah, these are absolutely fantastic inner sleeves to slip your vinyl records into. And then once you put your vinyl record into this sleeve, then you will put this sleeve into the album like that, right? And they are absolutely fantastic. You get a package of 50. It'll cost you about $24.99, $25 plus tax. Here anyway, in Cambridge, Ontario, Canada. But it's definitely worth every penny. It's worth every penny. These inner sleeves for your vinyl records. So that's a quick tip. And while the label is drying there for my Bob Seger Against the Wind album that I scratched, I'm going to give you a couple more tips really quick. So before you put the record, once you put the record on the turntable and you're ready to play it, and you want to get rid of that, last minute static and collect a little bit of dust that's on the record embedded in the grooves that's going to potentially distort the sound, you want one of these carbon fiber brushes, right? You flip it open this way, excuse me, I'm a bit burpy. And as the record's turning, go over your record with this little brush here, inside out, slowly over the record, and that will also help relieve static electricity that's building up on your records. What else do I have here? Ooh, let's see. Okay, this thing right here is a centerpiece. This actually cost me like 70 something dollars on eBay. Fun fact. So yeah, this thing on the bottom, it looks like leather. You can see that on the bottom, it's leather. There's drill holes around it. This thing it's hefty. Like, it's heavy. Like, you hear that? Yeah, it's heavy. So once you get the record on the platter, you put this thing right here. It's got a little hole in the middle, and you sit that down on the record. And what this does is it actually flattens the record to the platter, and it flattens the record in such a way that um, it really helps against sound distortion, vibration. You'll notice that the bass is punchier with this, right? Yeah, so I really recommend getting one of these centerpieces to also further improve the sound quality of your records. And isn't this beautiful? This thing is beautiful. Like, look, it shines. I've had this thing for a couple of years now, and I still, when I use it, I'm like, and I shine it up, and it's actually, and it weighs like it's pretty hefty. But that's what it's supposed to be, because it's supposed to sit on top of the record, right, and flatten the record. Okay, so there's that. What else? Oh, there's something else here. Hold on. Now, so you can clean your records. You can have this thing here to flatten your records to further improve the sound quality. You can have your microfiber, microcarbon fiber brush, or whatever you want to call it, um, to do all that. But what about your needle? What about your stylus? That has to be clean. If you're all of the above can be perfect and can be 110%, but if your stylus on your record player is gunked up and it's dirty and it's just no good, really, in general, then you need this. Is it the right side up? Yeah. This is what I use. Been using it for years and years. So it is Zero Dust. I don't know if you can see that. Wow. Zero Dust by Onzao. And it's just a little square thing. The top comes off. It's like a little magnifying glass, actually. And yeah, we don't want to get too close because you'll see my age. Yeah. So that's the top of it. It comes off. And this here, it's just like a little jelly thing. And you basically touch this up against the tip of the tip of the stylus on your turntable. So anyway, there's videos online, you can look that up, but it's called Zero Dust by Onzao, and this will keep your stylus in beautiful, clean, pristine condition. And just this alone will drastically improve the sound quality of your vinyl records. Okay, so yeah, I don't know what else to say. So that record that you see behind me here, hold on, where is it? There in the camera. It should be about dry. So I'm going to put it back in the cover, and I'm looking at the time here. It's already 31 minutes. Good Lord. Um, well, I'm sorry about that, by the way. What a lengthy video. I thought, when I started making this video, I thought, oh, okay, it'll be, 5 minutes, maybe 10 minutes. It's taking a long time. So anyway, I hope this was beneficial for you. I hope you learned something, and if you're a vinyl enthusiast like me, hopefully this was something that you can, learn from and something that you'll benefit from. And like I say, what I showed you in this video, this is nothing that has not been done. This has been done already. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube about, cleaning your vinyl records in soap and water and all this, like I just showed you. Um, I just wanted to share with you exactly step by step what I personally do. Um, yeah, so and like I said, there may be controversy over that because there's some people that they opt to using the wood glue method, which you can also do to clean your vinyl records. I've used the wood glue, and like I say, there's also multiple videos on YouTube about the whole wood glue thing. I have done that. I only do the wood glue in absolutely worst case scenario. So that's if what the method that I showed you about the cleaning and how to clean them, if that doesn't work and the record still doesn't sound right, and there's still this really deep embedded dirt into the vinyl, into the grooves, then I'll pull out the wood glue. That's like worst case scenario. So I have done it. I don't like doing it. It's very time consuming. It's for me anyway. It's time consuming and it's really tedious. So I don't like doing the whole wood glue thing. But yeah, it is a possibility and it does improve the sound quality. Just from my own experience from when I've used it. So anyway, I hope this was a really long video. I hope it was helpful. I hope it's going to be useful for you guys. I enjoyed doing it, and I hope you enjoyed watching it. And yeah, I'll see you next time.